Hold on, am I? I still have to change some things, but I suppose the stream's on already. Yes, it is. And now the quality should also be like, the resolutions should also be on 1080. I'm just going to look that up real quick if the stream's actually having the correct resolution. Then I'm just going to continue this entire thing. Like, doesn't really matter, I think, though. Okay, I'm now on 1080. Alright, yep, that's fine. Just gonna have to see how
So should we ask the fortune teller about Sataria?
how stable my stream's going to be with this resolution, or if there are always going to be some bugs. I'm assuming that there are going to be some bugs with the resolution here, but yeah, whatever.
No, I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
Bro, this is a child in front of you.
Talking style and key characteristics?
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often
This
echoes
is like a
between mine
12-year-old.
ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him?
Bro, how can you just imitate Catherine's voice?
Of course, of course. In that case... It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Yes, I have climbed in the statue and defiled them.
Questioning
Maybe.
the Lord of Geo's financial savviness and brawling with the god of Electro.
Only mocking the god of Endine, questioning the god of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro, and defiling their statues. That's also something important that you have to add that you forgot, Paimon. And still crawling to them to heal your characters. I suppose that's... No, that doesn't count. That's over 0. That's fine.
Oh, nothing. Go on, make an aspect for her to divine.
Okay. By my prospects in health.
Health prospects. No problem at all.
Oh, wow.
The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for many tens of thousands of years. Impossible.
Oh, actually, she is a fortune teller, never mind. In this game, the main character is supposed to live for multiple thousand years, so it does make sense. I mean, like, if you think about it, Ether didn't age in those 500 years from Khanria till now. That means if he's now some teenager for the species whatever Ether is and Lumine, both, it's like the same thing. They're like, I'd say around 16 to 18 from just how they look and they act compared to other characters. They are mostly probably around the equivalent as 16 to 18. And if you think about it, 500 years is almost not even a year for them. Then it does make sense that if you are able to live for the rest of your life without dying through unnatural causes, that the species like that should be able to live multiple tens of thousands of years. Makes sense.
Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination?
No.
I've never read a fortune so absurd.
Well, I think the meow. These cats are cute.
Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will
Actually, I have respect for this girl now.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
But isn't that like Ether, like some people
If you
suspect
were
that
to
Ether or
bring some
Luni are from
food
the same,
offerings for Harut and Marut on your next
maybe
visit,
the same as
perhaps they could help
Archons
you
or
reverse
gods
the
or something
wheels
else.
of fate.
Well, I don't know. Also, by the way, I'm not sure if I'm maybe sometimes too loud, too quiet, because I can just see like this one bar, how loud I'm talking, like just, but that's like in absolute volume, and I can't also see how loud I'm talking exactly and stuff like that. So it might be possible that I'm sometimes being too loud because I feel that I'm too quiet, or I'm being too quiet while I think I'm too loud. Just something that way. Have information as instructed by Nahida. Oh, I just have to go to this person. Hello.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls? Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Sumeru City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Okay.
Ah, dear customers, would you like to look at some pottery?
We
Yes.
caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Why don't you just talk like
I
this?
recognize you.
If you're
Aren't you
Kusanali?
Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Nah, not really.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your
Not
father
something that
still
everyone can
working as a
do.
mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg.
No.
Since he had already saved enough mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your every
Bro,
need.
that's that. No. Kusanali's just being like, okay. I'm just using Catherine to, yeah, do some weird stuff and gain the trust of those people. Damn, that's also kind of a scam. So, it makes
This should
sense.
be our
Catherine
final
isn't
stop.
this robot.
Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when
So
she's
it doesn't
working
make
at the
sense that she
academia.
can possess
So she always
something
comes
that
by
is not
whenever
living,
she's out in
actually.
the city. Nahida, you've really thought of everything. It's my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens, after all.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
This sounds so suspicious. Just some
Ah,
Catherine walking
that's
up to you asking you
right.
about some
I've
random
always
thing.
been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent.
Oof.
But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get into the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Well, I don't have that.
Sure, but you'll
Maybe I
find
should
hardworking
start
people
maybe
wherever you
trying to memorize
go.
some vocabulary.
So
some
this
of the
restaurant
basic
has a
vocabulary
basement as
I'm
well?
supposed to remember
Huh. First I've heard of
to-
it.
that I
That's
do to
right.
tomorrow.
It's not usually
Yeah.
open to patrons. Most of the time,
Well,
employees
yeah.
use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Yes, that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Why
Thank
do
you
you know
so
her name
much.
just like that?
As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
Well, talk to Nahida. Okay.
So, 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria. What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Setaria face her problems.
Yeah, it doesn't really have.
Setaria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities.
Okay.
I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Setaria's soft spot. Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage of the guilt Setaria feels about her homeland. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
If King Deshret was to make demands of Setaria...
So, how do we set that up? Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Setaria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely be wary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different. So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Yeah,
Yep.
So much
Possess
as
them
to
through the
not...
Akasha. Imply that they've already converted
I
to the
thought she was
faith of
going
the
to-
Scarlet King, and then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet King. As
I
long
thought
as
she
everything
was
goes smoothly, we'll
trying
get through
not
to
to
Setaria
harm
for
and
sure.
abuse
She'll
her
never guess
people.
that we had anything to do with it.
Well, I mean, it suits me fine.
You're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them
think
will
it's
only
as
work if you can manage to pass off as them.
If you really want to learn how
Exactly.
people relax, you'd
So,
have to study
best
them
of
for
luck with
years,
impersonating them.
or at least a couple of weeks.
Huh?
You're sure
Best
you're
of
able.
luck? But we don't know how to possess
Oh, hold on,
anyone.
what? We're supposed to do
That's
it?
no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
Pardon me, what?
That is pretty convenient.
Why am I supposed to do
But
it
why
then?
does he have to do this? Can't you do it yourself?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at
Do
imitating
you really
them.
think that a single conversation, which is around 1 minute long, is able to make you familiar enough with the personality of a person, of a character, in the most in-depth forms and being able to imitate them? Do you really think that this is how it works? No, it's not. Like, even for an Archon, that should be impossible, since Archons are not omnipotent and omniscient beings. Well, yeah.
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
I'll try my best.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on. Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while anyway. Alright,
Hold on,
then
just
let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
If even Paimon said that, if even Paimon knows that the main character can live for many tens of thousands of years, to quote that girl, then she also knows that the main character can get quite old, or belongs to a species that can live for a really long time, while she herself is one. Actually, she may be of the same species. If I think about it, maybe she's just like a child, while the main character is just like a teenager. As to say, for example, Paimon is 500 years old, and the main character is, I don't know, like 20,000 years old, or something of the likes. Let's say Paimon's 500 years old, and is therefore around 1 year old in human terms, or maybe, yeah, okay, not 1 year old. Let's say she has the body of, actually it's a 1 year old, but maybe the mind is a bit more developed, and then the main character maybe would then be, I don't know, since he seems to be like 16 to 18, we could say he's like 18 times as old, maybe 9,000 years old, maybe 7.5 thousand, 8,000, 9,000 years, something like that. Maybe. Okay, it's a weird theory that I just came up with. But yeah, I suppose.
Oh, here she comes. Satari is here. Let's quietly follow her.
Yeah, as if.
Once
Yeah.
she starts talking to
How
her
is this
acquaintances,
not obvious?
we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say.
No. But I'm going to have multiple choices, and then it's not going to be hard to choose the correct answer.
Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
Bro, how's this hiding? It still doesn't make sense, but like, I suppose. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, not
That's
suspicious
right.
acting
You
wrong.
really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides,
Oh, she's
everyone around
looking
me has a very
at
different
this
background and
girl.
outlook. Are you still listening to me,
Yeah, they-
Nabia?
No sus. No
Of
sus.
course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Yeah, okay.
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a
Doesn't
moment
really
there.
sound that believable, but I suppose.
Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
Haru and Maru. Well, that's not hard.
Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
Ahem. So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must
Oh,
have
this
come for
sounds
another
so
echo of the divine
so-
voice of wisdom.
How's it called again?
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects. But to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like
Where's
I've been
my
a real
body,
mess
though?
recently.
like
A
Ether's body.
mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my
What
current
the
project
hell?
at work? I really just want to get it over with.
What kind of joke
I
is
hear
this?
you.
With
No
Paimon?
problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth.
Yeah, bro. The gods have spoken.
The gods are asking, Sitaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why
What the
haven't I
hell?
gone home?
Pardon me,
Do the
what?
gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sitaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question.
Okay, yeah,
The
sure.
gods seem to be
sure, as
truly
if
upset.
I doubt it.
I'm sorry.
it, my
I
friend.
know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness.
Bro, this is like
And
kind of messed
if I may
up.
ask,
You...
Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
You see, the thing is, I'm an atheist, so I don't believe in any gods. But I still think it would be fucked up if you try to kind of like convince somebody through their beliefs and try to deceive someone by that, because that's just like messed up, that shit, right? It's kind of no, come on. Ah, yeah, as if.
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all.
Bro, she's not
the
so
Scarlet
smug, actually.
King.
Not
The
the,
Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Oh, wait a second. The Scarlet King passed away a
Yo,
long time
that's-
ago.
That's
Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the Scarlet King still exist in real life?
huh? King Dashwood's resurrection is a misinformation campaign.
Insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer.
Yeah.
Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Kind of.
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think
It
very
sounds really
carefully about his
sus.
demand
What's
of
going
me.
on here?
I'm sorry. I must go now.
would have just been really... Yeah, it's so obviously suspicious.
Whoa! She just ran
Blatant.
off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset too. Well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss.
No,
To
never.
have something she's been trying desperately to
Never.
avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Also, Nabia must be like
Vegeta,
highly confused.
It seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
But wait, what
All
does
I know
she
are
feel
some
now? This
abstract
Nabia?
Harvard-taught theories.
Is she
In any
like not
case,
maybe
my time with you has shown
confused
a
that
lot of
she
things to be utterly
suddenly
useless.
just didn't
I'm
feel
still trying to make sense
something
of everything.
for a few seconds
Anyway,
or a
enough
minute?
of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Sataria.
Ah, well, she's literally
He's
just
out of
walked
games
like...
now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
It's like, bro, this is... Hello? Huh? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, this is also like absolutely not suspicious.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again?
Masonry work.
Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better?
I have no idea.
Oh, that's good to hear. I have been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Yeah,
Probably.
he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru.
Okay.
He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those Scarlet King believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or the
This
Scarlet
question is
King?
also so sus again. That's just...
I...
I'm
blatantly
so
obvious,
jealous of you.
blatantly obvious, man.
You were born a child of the desert.
Yeah.
Yet you chose to betray the Scarlet King.
Bro,
And
this
now
is
you
so...
spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
Akeem, you don't mean... You've all...
What's
this
so
is just-
strange about becoming a believer of the wise
You
Scarlet
just
King?
come back here
In
in
fact,
the day
aren't
and you can see
you
that
the
they
strange
suddenly-
one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
This doesn't make
Whoa.
sense.
Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
That wasn't too hard.
You
was
really
that?
zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of
No.
her.
No, come
It
on.
might feel a bit overwhelming for Satari, but once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway, let's keep going.
Anyways, things don't really make a lot of sense here.
Come on! Sataria's already started
Yeah.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the
Why
city
is
lately?
this Q pronounced as
Like-
SH?
As if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
I know I've been spending all my time
Oh,
studying.
right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
Huh?
How could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Yeah.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to the Scarlet King as well.
That's just...
What an
Bro.
absurd question. You make it sound like I should. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You,
Bro,
who work
yeah,
side
so
by
just-
side with the
Just all of
Academia
a sudden, in
and
the
treated
same
people as
day,
nothing more
all
than
the three of her
experimental
close
subjects.
friends all have turned out like this, and all have the same personality. All saying you have to go to King Dashred. But pardon me? How is this not blatantly obvious And how is this not suspicious? Yeah, I've been using the same terms, but it's like I can't find any other way how to describe it. Why?
Please, please stop!
Yamete kudasai. That's like
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problems.
they push too hard.
She can no longer justify every. Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards! This is the most important part of all.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matra right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
No.
Tell me what's happening in...
Heretics are infiltrating the city.
Heretics.
And they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Zetaria, nothing is impossible.
Bro.
You know my name?
The Scarlet King is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the
That's
price.
just so random. You know my name? Okay, I'm just going to continue with my lines and going through them. The Scarlet King is immortal. What? What?
You must face the truth,
It is
Zetaria.
not.
You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become,
Bro,
and the
what?
deeper you will be ensnared.
What? This person doesn't even... They don't even know each other. How is she supposed to... Why? Doesn't even make sense.
Child of the Scarlet King, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Zetaria,
It sounds this
why
easy.
haven't you gone home?
Okay, that is... Yeah, okay, suddenly... Bro. Bro, she's not acting normal. You can see that.
It seems that no matter
can
where
see
I
that.
run, I only keep finding more believers of the Scarlet King.
And some
I have
people
to
who
say, this
suddenly
is a familiar feeling.
get to know you
I've
and
also
your
been running
position
from
and
my
everything
guilt
else.
this whole time.
Kind of weird.
Guilt over my part in the Sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
It's not too late to turn back. Actually, how should I say this? If this is all this Archon Quest is about, then it's going to be by far the worst one till now.
You won't necessarily lose your
front,
research opportunities by facing the
It just
truth.
doesn't make sense at all.
Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you
It's
know
just
me
so
so well?
bad. It's just,
Are you truly just a believer of the Scarlet King?
it's just bad
Or are
writing.
you the god himself?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment
Oh,
on the
that is
Academia
not
and its
important.
sages, and to correct
This
their
is just-
mistakes.
This is just a
If you could
joke.
provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
She probably doesn't know about all
I've
this
actually
possession
never believed
thing.
in the gods,
But
but
that's
I've
just
always believed
still
in
just,
serendipity.
It doesn't make sense.
Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this
This
wretched
doesn't make
situation.
sense.
Please tell me,
The-
what can I do for you?
Great, we finally convinced her.
How much do you know about the sage's current
Bro,
activities?
why should you tell her?
I was just one of the
Zetaria,
designers
why
for the
should you
masked
tell
dream
this
harvest
random?
scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zero's festival. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sages are still quite
An
wary of
outcast
him.
that even the sages are still wary of, huh?
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential
Bro, what?
documents you mentioned?
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks.
This is just bad.
After
right?
all, I'm an
You can just skip a
assistant
little
to the
bit.
Grand Sage. One thing,
Just
though,
need to read it and then
I
we
won't be
just
able
skip
to
it.
transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The Sage is a... let me see... let's use the most primitive method.
The Academia entrance. Wouldn't that—
Don't worry about that. I assure you, I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract.
All right.
So, if I were to...
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. Maybe it's time for me to...
Just as Nahida predicted,
This is just
we've managed to bring
bad.
Sataria to our side.
I mean, I know. There's like this saying goes, only the one that is being fooled doesn't realize that they're being fooled. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. If you're getting manipulated, people from outside might be able to tell a lot easier. Might be able to tell a lot easier than you as the one in the center of the manipulation. But still, there's this one thing that I just want to say. When things become way too blatantly obvious, and yeah, I mean, if there are too many hints and too many things that don't add up, then I can just tell you and assure you, everyone would get suspicious at this point. But I mean, okay, it's Genshin Impact. People have an IQ of 3. Of bread, yes, that's the IQ, and well, never mind.
The Traveler's execution was ingenious.
It was not.
He's the one who deserves all. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, pray. But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you, God of wisdom and
True.
guardian of the scholars?
It's just true.
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow.
Let's pray to the gods, is the thing that the gods says. And it's waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And now we've waited enough. Hey. Meet up with Nahida. Okay. Hello, Nahida.
Catherine, we're here! Oh, you are the other Catherine, right? That's
The
right.
other Catherine.
I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your
You
mind.
just call her Nahida.
Shh. We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity.
Okay.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world. Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking.
I somehow doubt it.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard.
Speaking of which,
Off? What do you feel is off?
it's just a little too quiet around here. There's no one listening.
It's the middle of the night. Of
It's
course
7
it's
PM
quiet.
now.
You're not
so
getting
it's
paranoid, are
9:30
you?
in real life.
No, I think he's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure
Not
if
at
this
all,
is the case
actually.
for the entire city, though. Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the documents in peace.
I doubt it
I
somehow.
also can't quite figure
I
out
suppose
why
there could be
things
some
feel a little
problems.
off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as we planned. Well, regardless, as long as you're here with us, Paimon feels a little safer.
You're already 45 minutes into the Archon Quest, so I hope that some action is going to arise eventually. Because it's already the third
There really
Archon Quest
aren't many
tonight.
people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
Surrender!
I know why, but I like the attack panels of his of Sinnoh.
Nowhere to run.
It just sounds so cool. Actually, doesn't sound different. We have different weapons. I actually think that it does. Actually, no,
Surrender.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, Sinnoh has cool attack. Has a cool attack pattern. Oh, animation.
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Is this like what? Yeah, all
The triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor.
What? The second of the Fatui.
If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The second, I didn't think that. Are they?
The people
what
of
is
Sumeru
this?
City.
They're all being controlled, right?
What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
Oh no, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Well, as long as they're not trying to kill me,
Leave
it's
now.
all the better.
You need to get out of here.
But I think it's
That
cool.
guy's a Fatui Harbinger! We can't just leave you here! Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru!
I don't like. Oh, actually not bad. Not bad, Miss Kusanali.
Don't worry, we'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
Okay, I don't know if she should have, if I should have unmuted during the animation, but still, though. Well, that was cool. I didn't think that you would meet the second of the Fatui Harbingers. I think it's even the second, not just some rando 8th like Signora or 11th like
This should be
child.
far enough. Paimon needs to catch her breath first.
Like, okay, it's not as much action as in the second chapter of the second act of the second chapter, but it's like, okay, it at least spiced up this entire quest a little bit and made it, well, less boring, though it's still a bit dumb given that the situation with that person there, which we were deceiving, still makes sense. But the doctor's cool. Yeah.
Is the Hida going to be okay?
I'm
We only
not sure.
made it
The
out
guy
because
was
of
pretty
her.
terrifying. Bro, he's the second. So he must be a lot stronger than Signora and Child. Child already gave me a hard time when he was still a beginner. Signora is like still kind of annoying. Like, yeah, with 2 healers in the team, she's no problem. But still though, she's still annoying. And Signora's only seat number 8. What about seat number 2? Obviously he's going to be a lot stronger.
Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2.
Yeah, just
So
saying.
scary.
I highly doubt that. Kusanali, who is a small, lowly god. I mean, if Kusanali at least wasn't this child, I would have found this entire thing even better. Also, another thing is I've heard that she's a lot weaker than the other Archons, meaning that she probably like, I think the currently strongest Archon that's left that we've met out of the 4 is Raiden Shogun, who is still able to like one-hit the Senora with her Usono Hitotachi. Then it's Strong Lee. I'm like, he still can execute the Wrath of the Rocks, or how you call it. Then there's Venti still. Actually, I don't know if Venti is really that strong, but I think Kusanali is currently the weakest one of the 4, and I then doubt that she can do anything about the Doctor. But how can we, by the way, tell if he is the second? I mean, like, for the people watching the animations, obviously, just the text that stands there. How can Paimon tell though that he was ranked number 2? Well, anyways. It was cool though that you would meet another Harbinger. Like, seriously, I wasn't expecting it.
He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the Academia came back recently, and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor.
This is like a 3-front war. Underestimated the number of parties involved.
Yeah, now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the Academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis?
With Nahida.
Yeah, things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting
Let's start our
around,
own
right?
investigation.
You mean...
Let's go find Tainari.
Oh,
really?
right!
Okay.
Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Vidia Forest? That has to be the same project. Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something. There's no time to lose.
Else he probably wouldn't have turned it down this adamantly. You're only going to turn down something with this much of a strong will and not wanting to change your mind if you talk to Catherine. Isn't it Catherine who got captured in the first place? Or does the Doctor somehow have like some method to just capture the spirit of a deity, even of an Archon, instead of just the body? Because that would then be kind of weird if some Fatui was actually, if some Harbinger was able to do something that even all the other gods are not capable of. Well, anyways, after talking too much again, just have to hurry up already.
Nowhere to run!
Hey. Bro, peace. Peace, bro.
Futile! Hold it right there! A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
No.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest us?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
Oh, so the Doctor again.
The Outcast?
This sounds like the Doctor.
Why wouldn't the Doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Mercenaries might have an edge over the Fatui. And
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you up soon enough.
Since they're already here.
Get them!
You're
Okay, finally some fighting. We had like almost
propagate
fighting.
Wind, hear me.
Oh no, that was so bad.
Nowhere to run.
I didn't.
Power that ended fight.
Sure
Judgment is upon you. Your penance is due.
That's fine.
You stand condemned.
No, that was way too early. You should fight.
Guilty.
And I chose.
Your penance is due.
It's like still the best. Still a cool.
You stand condemned. Scatter!
Alright, I gave my main character the Favonius sword today, so she should have a bit more energy recharge now. Oh, my bait is still lacking. On that. Oh gosh, that was just oh, come on.
Haven't won yet.
Oh, and now you're not gonna hit me anymore.
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Terminate! Through me, justice is served. Guilty! You stand condemned!
What's that? Yeah.
Guilty!
Oh, it's probably the last one. Oh no, I didn't get anything back.
That was
Any
pretty
of my
rough.
bursts.
Is that what elite mercenaries are like?
Probably won't be long before we see more of them. Well,
Yeah. Looks like we'll
didn't.
have to keep our guards up.
I rather was
But
able to
this
heal myself.
doctor guy seems like a
due to
pretty
be
tough
able to,
opponent. He
well,
knew
recharge
exactly
my
where to set up an
burst on my
ambush.
push
Did he
again.
predict that we would try to find Tainari?
Maybe he's not
Ugh.
done. Because I was
Going up
able to
against smart
recharge
people is
my
tough.
burst on
Anyway,
again.
let's
G.
keep going.
Yeah, I rather got HP plus HP instead of negative HP. Because dogs. I think I found myself a midnight snack. Pardon me, what? 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 Good. Take good care of the doggy squad. Woof. Thank you for taking care of the people here. Woof. Get something? A foul? No, Sumeru. He gave me Sumeru roses. Oh my god, such a good doggy. Yes. And I was trying to kill them. Well, no, I was never trying to do anything. Pay me no heed. It is fine. I was just sitting there. That's like, interesting. Okay, where are you? Oh, there's Kole, so that's probably where you're going to have to be.
Oh, it's the Traveler and Paimon. What are you two doing back here? Kale! It's nice to see you again. Are you doing alright? To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks. Oh, Kale!
It seems that curing Ermin's soul is our only chance. Okay.
Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him. Oh, Master Tainari? He just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago. He was headed to Party's DI.
Let's catch up to him.
What? Isn't Tainari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia Forest? He even turned down the Sage's invitation. I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time, though.
He didn't give a reason?
No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule. To leave in such a hurry? I'd guess he had something urgent to take care of. Master Tainari originally studied in the Immorta Darshan of the Academia, and Partis Di is something like the Immorta's research base. Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Partis Di. A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Partis Di.
Bro, basically could have just said, yo, he's there. Let's go. Please take care of yourself, colleague. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master Tainari, please send him my regards.
Okay, maybe to be honest, it's...
See you later, Kale!
Okay, maybe no, never mind. If you come pro... What adventure takes courage? Are you kidding me? Why is an Archon Quest being blocked by something this dumb? by completing the quest. Adventure takes courage. Don't tell me it's this. Why does this one have priority over the Archon Quest, even though it just gets unlocked by the Archon Quest itself? It's just... I mean, I suppose I'm going to just do it right now. But yeah, oh no, we don't have any time. Let's just force another world quest on you. Why not? Why not? Well, hello, Catherine. I thought you would have died. Hi, Catherine. Hello, Catherine. I'm just not going to read through it, really. I'm just going to skip that as quickly as possible. Something that you would like to inquire about? No. You could say that. Well, that's it.
Don't you think my craftsmanship deserves a...
What? Why? Why does this sequence even exist? Okay, why not? Okay, well then, never mind. Oh, here's Catherine.
Wait! Look who it is!
No, Catherine.
Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you.
You are Nahida, right?
Hey! This was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment!
No.
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the Doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds.
Well, you're not a human though. You're some kind of elf god deity thing there, who still looks like a child after 500 years of living. Also, another thing is, Catherine is a robot made by some Shiznaian technologist, meaning that you should have just asked something else, just indicating Nahida and not actually saying it out loud. But okay.
Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm.
I'm trying to maybe
Feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Agree.
Huh? But I wasn't... Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the Doctor mentioned depositing information into the instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me. What a relief. The Doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us. I wouldn't be relieved, just I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the Doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
Bro, how? Why should he be able to just go back to your original body, and he can't do that? And remove your Akasha device. Bro, that problem solved.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? He's still at the academia, so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha.
The thing is, why don't you just return to your original body instead of just jumping between different bodies and controlling them? That's like just... No, whatever. We need to hurry.
It feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work.
Well, better him toying with us than actually
the Doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui. We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Yes.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI?
It's like
Have you been waiting
if you're facing Doma and say, oh no, we're never going to be able to beat him, but we do want to beat Muzan eventually. And how do you want to do that if you don't believe that you could ever beat Doma? Yeah, what I mean with it, I just realized that the Harbingers are like the 12 Kizuki. I mean, that's just something that exists in pretty much every Shunen fight anime. Reitschule, never mind. But still, though, here it's even more closer to it than to Demon Slayer. Like, quite close to the Demon Slayer. Oh, my father might come in. Never mind that.
Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find?
Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Futile! Nowhere to run!
Traveler? It is you!
Ah! The voice! It's Hypatia!
Ah, what a pleasant surprise!
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it?
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pari?
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme and unparalleled...
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights. My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
We're using that incense again?
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready. Yeah, my father just left. I can talk again. Oh, Hermit Soul? Can I meet Hermit Soul again?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother.
Scaramouche.
Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate. and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
Alright, this is like Scaramouche's story. Scaramouche, how he's trying to become the Electro Archon apparently, right?
What was that?
It was... This is neither the Greater Lord's consciousness nor the King Defrid's consciousness. Yeah, it's Scaramouche. He's... I don't know why, but I'd like to pronounce his name like this, even though it's completely wrong. Scaramouche. Like Scaramouche, he is like... he was created to be one of the vessels for... was supposed to be Raiden Shogun, instead of Raiden, like the replacement puppet for Raiden A, but since he had own ambitions and own feelings and emotions, he was being discarded because he was supposed to be an emotionless puppet, which the Raiden Shogun ended up being. But Raiden Scaramouche ended up being, well, something else. And the other two characters I don't think you know, so that's cool. Though one of the Smiths looked a bit like Kazuha. Well, probably it was not so, but I mean, like, there was this one strand of hair which just had a different color, just like with Kazuha, and the last one you just don't know. And actually, it's quite cool that you could see Scaramouche. There are a lot of people who also really love Scaramouche, apparently, even before this entire thing here. Already when you just saw it once in this one event quest when you met Scaramouche. Anyways, it looks like he's... I didn't know that he wanted to become the Electro Archon actually, but I do know that he was... that he didn't give the Electro Gnosis back to Snezhnaya, to the Tsaritsa, rebelling against her, and now you can see that's because Scaramouche wants to become the Electro Archon. I see. That is interesting. There's some interesting story development here compared to you trying to, well, manipulate this one woman there. Whatever. Anyways, I'm just going to continue this.
Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches what we know about him. But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will!
Oh, what the
such
hell?
sublime
Oh,
emotion! Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart.
right, like dumb.
Oh, great and merciful God! Please grant me forgiveness and salvation!
Do you want to kill
Do
yourself?
you understand now? I'm afraid this is no Peripurna life, but rather...
Wake up, Hypatia. I don't think this works.
You... Why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Bro, I've met 4 different Archons, and the Balladeer is not one of them. Also, you're standing right in front of one. And how can you be so dumb as to discard yourself saying, oh, I wish I could be a god. Well, who wouldn't want to be a god who could live forever and ever on if they are not killed through an unnatural cause? Well, that's just dumb.
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait, have I already lost my
Yes,
mind?
you have.
Wait, something isn't right.
Is the Balladeer maybe coming? Another animation. 3rd one already. Okay, that was like a good animation. Oh, but like Genshin Impact animations are actually really good. But like, what the hell was going on just now?
Are you okay?
It's a cool animation, but
wait, no, something feels different. You're back.
but hold on. Does that mean that Nahida or Kusanali is now being captured or got captured by our Balladeer, and the Balladeer now has like some kind of samurai statue now, or whatever, like, how they called again? Those 5 things samurai that could transform together into one large samurai. This kids show thingy there. I forgot the name now, it's not funny anymore. Anyways, what kind of machine was he inside? It looked quite cool though. But by the way, with the Balladeer, with Scaramouche having the electro vision, does that, Gnosis, does that mean he actually does have the power of the god now? Like of the Electro Archon? I mean, he is not actually an Archon. But does it mean that if you just have the Gnosis, you automatically become the Archon? Or can wield the power? Or is the Balladeer maybe just built to use it anyways, and that's why he can use it or something? I'm not certain, but it's quite cool though. One thing I didn't understand with Scaramouche though is why he turned out to be that mad. I'm like, okay, I can understand if he gets like cast away by the Archon, but why does he want to become the Archon himself? Why? I suppose it's fine.
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Hello, Tainari.
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here.
I wish I could have fought them though. All mine swapped places.
What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body?
I don't know, it was one of the answers that were given to me.
Where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
Bro, don't ask me.
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also,
Obviously.
while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore.
Oh.
But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies."
Is it possible that the Archon Quest is going to end here, maybe?
Nahida's trapped
there
in
were
the
so many
sanctuary of
animations.
Surazthana for good this
The
time.
more animations there are, the
Was that
shorter
message
the
all she left for us?
Archon Quest
It's
often
pretty
is.
vague.
It's a code that only we know.
Oh, that
It's
makes
in a
sense.
code.
Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being extra careful. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies. Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from the alchemical divination at the Sub-Zero's festival.
By the way, though, where is the Dendro? The Dendro Gnosis. I think the Harbinger's job is only to obtain those Gnosis. Gnosis, whatever, I don't know how you should pronounce it. But, shouldn't they, like, just try to get those Gnosis and doesn't matter what happens then to the other Archons themselves? Where's the Dendro Gnosis?
Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria.
The starlight refers to the people of the desert, refers to Nahida, illusions refer to the...
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us to
all
go
of them
find
were
help in
right,
the desert?
Correct.
But she isn't with us anymore. Think we...
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surazthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness...
Yes.
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's real.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so I trust you.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that.
Why are you
While I
here
was
so
indeed
long?
invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals, so I eventually declined. All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Well, I just realized he's one of the few characters who actually have a tail. I think the other two, there are only two others, are Goru and Diona, and the other ones don't even have a tail. Like, I don't think Sucrose has a tail. If she does have one, she probably has rolled it up because she also doesn't really like her ears and tries to make it look like her hair. Anyways, I just received some new intel.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body?
The Academia is turning the Balladeer into a god.
What?
Do you have any
Though
evidence?
I saw a nascent god under construction. I don't know what nascent means. And why? But why would the Academia want to do that? Why would the Academia want to do that?
So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardes Dii and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village.
Interesting.
Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god.
But that's an
Looks like I made the
then.
right decision by not accepting their invitation.
The thing is, if they are creating the Balladeer to be a god, he's going to be the Electro god, not the Dendro Archon, you know? There is a difference between it, and why am I doing weird signs with my hands if I don't have a face or a hand cap? The Flea is also behind some of this.
The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene, but then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals.
Let's head to the desert for now.
Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tainari? What are you going to do?
By the way, what is this on his
I'll
back?
stay here for now.
This stuff here.
I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tainari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
Okay. And go to the Caravan Rabbit. Okay. Actually, hold on, why is there an exclamation mark? Oh. Well, I'm just going to unlock it. Actually, I'm not going to unlock it just now. Because I don't want to accidentally run into Tainari's request while I'm doing this. No music. Wow. What is this supposed to be? Okay. Hold on just a second, I just want to try it out. Okay. Interesting. It's also one of those egg houses again. Egg buildings.
Wealth is the foundation on which civilization is built.
What was that? Hold on. What did I just get? Iparias found in Vanarana, or without C, so that's not what I got, right? What the? Lesson routine item you obtained after traversing the nurse. Sorry, it is translucent and seems to contain the members of the earth. But what is this with Paimon, the miraculous adventures of the traveler? Oh. Oh, that was like some sort of quest of who again? Whose? Wasn't it like Miko's? I'm not sure.
Futile!
Oh, hold on, where am I supposed to go? Oh. Here it is, apparently. Well then.
Surrender! Nowhere to run!
We finally made it to Caravan Rebot. It's pretty lively here.
I've already been here once.
So,
I had the
just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
Truly awe-inspiring. This reminds me of Kokito's words.
Enough gawking.
Oh.
Come on, follow me.
Oh.
Huh?
I'll hate them?
Over here.
Okay, he's just like, okay, hi.
Oh, Hatham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
Travelers and visitors, don't miss out!
What are all those garments here for? Yeah, they're probably better at getting sold.
What the? Where did he go?
Eremite mercenary.
How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Bro, I teleported here. How should I have been able to trail me for a long time, as you said? I've been in the city for 10 seconds once this started. That is not a long time. Are you some firefly who can live for a couple days at best? Anyways, it's fine.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
Oh?
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
I doubt it. Even though if you have a Dendro vision, I don't think that even if you're as a playable character, you're going to be stronger than Miss Signora, number 8 of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, who I can beat. So yeah. I know it's dumb talk that I'm saying that I'm having right now, but
oh, yeah. Right. You do have a point.
Did you participate in the Sage's big project?
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the Sages can offer.
So you were actually looking for me?
Not quite. To tell you the truth,
I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ainul Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
I don't even know what you're talking about. Roots again, blood, forget.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
This is just a little complicated.
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the Academia after all. So considering that, it is, but that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge. No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of...
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more...
It's always better to travel with someone you know.
Why is the music so insane? Oh. Usually I enjoy loud music, but this is all just... I'm just going to go to our village as quickly as possible. Oh yeah. Could probably have to still do something with my resin. Maybe I'm just going to kill a weekly boss after this. Still in the Archon Quests video. Stream.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
I've already been here to find some scarabs, to look for some scarabs. Also, yeah, cool. My PC can't handle better graphics, so it looks ugly. Well, why can't I just play on my other PC? Then I could have just used best graphics. It would have been a lot cooler. Sinnoh! Bro, I have Sinnoh myself. I don't have your weapon though. But I do have it.
Sinnoh.
Oh, he's actually called Sinnoh? I thought his name was Sinnoh.
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
Bro, you're weaker than Xiao.
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Alhaitham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sinnoh, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm on your side.
I've been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
No, I'm fine with it. You're cooler than him. I don't trust him as much as you seem to think. I gladly switch sides.
Has Haytham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Ah, Haytham. I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes Amatra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No, so you did lie to us. What? Didn't you see it in the animation that he took it?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
Is the mission from the sages?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two! Ugh! What you would do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them!
Just choose the side of the character of the playable character that you owe.
Well, look at you two, acting all tough
Since when
and
is
self-righteous
Dea here?
over there.
Wait, Dea?
Whatever.
Great! Finally, someone... You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure.
I
Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Okay, by the way, I think Dea, I have a feeling that she's going to be a 5-star. Just like I'll hate them, just from appearance only. And from their points in those story quests. Just saying. Huh. They're still looking for an opportunity to attack.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
It's like literally, if you fight in this peaceful village, I'm going to create peace.
What's going on?
By fighting with
The
you.
wind's so strong! Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away!
Is Candace going to come?
Another sandstorm?
Oh,
What's
what
up
did I
with these
say?
recently?
What did I say, Candace?
All of you, over here, quickly!
It's
We
just a
have to
joke.
take cover!
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind is too strong! Let's get over there!
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you Academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
이겨낸다요. That's a cool house. Wow.
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
Okay.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace,
I still don't
protector of
understand why
Aru
you have
Village.
different color panels.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
Finally, Paimon's learned how to state her name properly. The name's Paimon instead of Paimon's name is Paimon. Yeah, you have my gratitude.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started.
And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us.
I don't think you could
So
stop the two of
please,
them. Since
have an
they're a lot
honest
stronger.
and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest.
Actually, character strength is not equal to in-game lore strength or canon strength, obviously, since I'm like 5-star, and then 4-star here. Oh no, he's 5-star, you don't know about Haytham, but still though, if he's on the same level as him, Sino, then I know. But for example, if you were to look at Ningguang in-game as a playable character, she sucks, but as a canon character, she is able to, well, to create so much firepower just with her Jade castle alone. Yeah, that is like the best example, actually.
If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
I can just use teleportation waypoints.
On second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While All Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Oh?
Huh?
Why is that?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
That's dumb.
So they really are
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
So you then decided to exile yourself.
I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation.
That's why he doesn't have.
There's
the
no need for
Akasha
someone else to give me
device.
power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages.
But he's also weird trying to
Plus,
cosplay
now
the
that he's
god
no
of
longer the General Mahamatra, he
Called
somehow
Anubis.
feels a lot less scary.
It's still too early to trust him completely.
Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Haytham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
From the very beginning, Al-Haytham was...
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Al-Haytham?
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ainul Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
What about your encounter with me?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
And then you mentioned things did go like that.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebot as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
What's she doing here in the first place,
sorry.
actually?
Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out.
Oh, wow.
My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here, but then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? In the sandstorm?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
She's a shielder. The sub DPS.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
The boys. Check the situation outside the village chief's house. Maybe we should have investigated a bit more how it looked like. You know what, I want to go inside and want to see how it looks like. I never even know that you could enter this house. Is there anything here? There isn't anything. Even this fireplace can burn you. Yeah, now I've seen one main character. That's enough. You could also put Candace into this team. And it had all the characters that you could have as playable characters from this Archon Quest in my team, but they don't really fit in this war. I'd have to replace Beidou then, and I do not want to do that. My GPU is dying right now. So the frames are also dropping kind of 100% GPU usage. I suppose that's what happens if your graphics card is... I mean, your graphics... No! Your graphics processing unit is not all that strong. Oh, it's the Rift Hounds you're fighting, I see.
Oh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Did you find them also in Enconia?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated.
Blah blah.
Here comes
Leave this round to us.
It's been quite a while since
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Why can't you play her as a trial character now? I mean, like, you're basically fighting with her, but yeah.
Propagate!
You're fighting with them. I mean, no trial character because you're just...
Go as one!
Oh, I got this.
Scatter! Nowhere to run!
You know what? I could do it like this.
Eyes on me!
Wind, hear me!
Spring forth! Your sins weigh upon your soul. Your penance is due!
Please help me.
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
They're not accepting.
Guilty! You stand condemned! Futile!
Yeah, that was just bad. I didn't know the attack patterns of those sounds because I haven't been playing.
I swear by my sword!
Surrender!
Oh, that was easier.
The creatures stopped appearing.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Well, that's from the chief of this village.
Huh?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village.
Yeah.
Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Does make sense.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Can't say that I'm feeling those
Everyone in Aru village needs to take
Inazuma
good care of
though.
themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars, exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Hypatia was also nearly exiled to the desert.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace.
Sounds kinda bad.
But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
This answer or this line, "I'll help too," just sounds like some person, like some child who wants to have more attention. Alright.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, but is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Oh, actually, it's quite late. I don't know. I'm just going to exchange information after that. I'm probably going to... Yeah, Sino. I'm probably going to then just... Let's go to yeah, nowhere to run! I'm probably going to end this here, because it's actually almost 11 p.m.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Why do they refer to the mad scholars as village keepers?
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
Okay.
The soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village?
Let us spin the
What
heater's
do you
power.
mean? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So, what do you make of the story?
The Mad Scholar's power likely came from Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Really?
Oh, those sentences
Lesser Lord
basically said the same.
Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the Mad Scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... how should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise, even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
We saved Sumeru City together in the not so distant past. That was just yesterday, by the way.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth!
Nope.
That look in your eyes.
Yeah, as if it's always in anime.
I've never seen that from a
look
liar.
in your eyes. Oh, I can see
You two
it.
really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Yeah, sure.
How can this be? To think. Our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation, but
betcha.
easier said than done. Especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Yeah, sure.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Wasn't that like...
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa.
Hold on, wasn't
Why do
his
you have
name
to call him that?
Isak
It's not like he's a bad person or
but with
anything.
double A.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Your presence is a nuisance.
So you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor...
Whoa. Haven wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
No.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Maybe I'm still going to continue a little bit. Actually, Sin was like really a lot like how his skill set, his character design, what he says futile,
Sino is
Xiao
super
says
vigilant.
useless,
Is this what all
worthless.
the Matra are like?
It's like basically the same.
Ah,
like not exactly.
you're back already.
Especially not in
We just wanted to confirm
still
something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You...
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping out. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still later. An elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to... However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to one summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling Grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become... So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently... The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again. only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him.
Yeah, I'm by the way going to
However,
try to just skip
even
a bit
so,
quicker because this is
Grandpa,
not really interesting.
it's said that those who saw
Like,
the
as long as
scholar
I've read
claimed
it,
he no
I'm
longer
not going to
appeared to
hear
be
this entire
crazy,
line out.
but appeared to be living in his own world. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, what me?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. It's also my reason for fighting.
Lucid Grandpa.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god.
Huh? What did you say?
No, nothing.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for.
So that's it. Okay.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up! Let's go for—
Really?
Grandpa will be found safe and sound.
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
Okay, it's completed now actually. Okay, I knew that this was going to be a bit shorter than the other Archon Quests, because you simply didn't have this. No, exactly, because you had more than something that other Archon Quests had 3 animations at once. Or was it even 4 maybe? If you have 4 animations, then obviously the work for those animations is a lot more than just some dialogues or something like that. That is why those Archon Quests which have more animations or longer animations usually are also a bit shorter. Like that's at least how I view it, and that's until now. I don't know if the reason is correct, but the more animations, the shorter the Archon Quest usually in comparison to the other Archon Quests. For example, the one Chapter 2 Act 2 with the large animation there, with the fight against what's it called again? With the animation with Thomas' vision and stuff like that, fighting Raiden Shogun, and the other thing was also what's it called? And that one fight with this large-scale war with the revolutionary army versus how do they call it again? Versus the Vision Hunt Decree was also like a larger animation, and then it's all done. Was cancelled. Not cancelled. I mean, like the Archon just got shot. I'm already too tired. It's 11 PM. Come on. Anyways, yeah, it's still been rather long. I have a feeling that all the quests are continuing to be longer, to get more intricate. Right, are you kidding me? Like I knew that they respawn, but I didn't know that they would respawn as quickly as this. Oh. Ah yes, so once you've... Oh yeah, after a certain distance, they're just going to reappear again. Oh, why not? Anyways, like, it's got a bit more interesting. The beginning was just bad. It was just straight up no. Like, I think you know why. I think it is said it sometimes. Whatever you did was just way too obvious, and people would notice it. The animations were cool though. Kusanali being captured was a bit weird, but like Catherine being attacked by the arrow knights. It's fun but weird how the arrow knights are able to overpower the main character and even a freaking deity. But I suppose if Scaramouche and the Doctor have their hands in this spiel, then that does make sense, I suppose.
Nowhere to run.
Now in the end here, well, I'm like, I suppose Sinnoh's cool. And if I view it correctly, yeah, as I see it, Act 4 has also already been released, meaning that you're actually able to, how's it called again? That you are able to already continue the quest. I'm going to do that now though. This is actually already did with the stream, but I'm going to, I think, defeat a boss. Actually, you know what? I'm going to join some random person and look if. Oh, I'm going to see if I can maybe defeat the Azdaha weekly boss with him. So I just have 30 left. Hello there. Hey.
Huh?
Could we please beat Azdaha? I should unlock it myself eventually as well. Does that make maybe something? Yeah. Degrees. That's cool. It's like Electro and Hydro for this week, right? So that's fine. Level 90. Yes. Thanks. Okay, how strong are his characters? I'd like to know that. I can look that up right now while the animation's going on. Oh, level 90. Okay, how strong is your Hu Tao? That's one hell of a Hu Tao.
You dare overstep your mortal authority?
Oh, what the hell? Oh god, he's dealing a lot of damage.
Whirling snow! Scratch! Yeah!
Oh, sorry for keeping you waiting.
Huh?
His Hu Tao is his Hu Tao main definitely. And his Hu Tao is strong.
Solidify! The enraged earth will not absolve you!
Oh no, I'm out of here.
Today, you witness your reckoning!
This was just useless.
Look at you, Foozell! Think you can bully?
Kamisato art! Sumetsu!
Stabilize!
Take flight!
What is this? How much deep damage is he doing?
There is no atonement for a
Whirling snow!
Shake clear that coat! Sayona special!
Sakura swirl!
I'll do whatever you please.
You
Actually,
stand
no.
upon your tomb,
That just
though you know it not.
I've seen Immortal for such a long time, I don't like it. Why is there a red dot on his head? Oh, that's right.
Experience an eon of suffering.
It's probably from
Can't handle your drink!
Kamisato art! Sumetsu!
Actually, I deal surprisingly well.
Take a rest.
Leave it to me.
Since when does strong reset?
Take flight.
He has
Time to go.
pretty strong.
I will not be destroyed.
Let's see. Not bad. Some crystals, I always take those. Why is this inside the Archon Quest stream? I don't know. But I still had to, yeah, use up some resin.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Strong. What is this hotel? 34, like, Q.
Silly churl,
HP,
Billy churl,
crit rate.
silly Billy, hilly churl.
Oh, it's not even that strong an artifact. This one's like just insane, this thing here. Staff of Homer gives 66 crit damage. Jesus, okay. Let's see.
One
Actually,
a blade is like a tea
Two
leaf.
clients, three
Only
clients.
those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities.
oh, so Hutal has crit damage as ascension stats, right? 40 plus, that's 106%.
A blade embraces its duty, as a
Quite
jeweler
a few,
cherishes
actually.
their gems.
I think it's like up to 40% crit damage, right? Actually, it's like 50 plus 100 makes, yeah, a bit less than, like maybe 30% crit damage, just like with Sinnoh. If you look at my Sinnoh, he actually has the same crit damage crit rate ratio, almost. Like a bit worse, but almost. I'm going to keep taking a look at his characters. Okay, Hyundai
Wanna come over for tea?
Fischl as well.
I
Rosaria as well. Jinyan also
So
kinda
this is a day in the life of the traveler.
Question with Iona. Okay, I was like already wondering how an Adventuring 55 could have this strong character, but then yeah, I can see
Silly
that
churl,
he
Billy
probably
churl, silly
only found
Billy,
for
hilly churl.
Hutal exclusively, which is why his Hutal is strong and the rest is weak. Have a nice day. Bye. Yeah. Strong Hutal. Yeah. Like that was literally only Hutal build still even had a Staff of Homer. Like, Staff of Homer? That means you knew you could have had more of Banner 5 stars, but you knowingly chose not to get them, but instead make your Hutal stronger by getting a Staff of Homer. Okay, to be honest, Staff of Homer is probably one of the best pole arms, if not the best pole arm there is. But still though, I would still rather like to get a Banner 5-star Isaiah over getting Staff of Homer. Didn't like fruit fall down here? Lavender man. Whatever. One artifact. Wow. Anyways, I think it's enough for this Archon Quest stream because I've already extended it by 10 minutes of things that didn't have anything to do with this Archon Quest. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I'm probably going to continue this the Archon Quest sometime later again. I don't even know if it's still going to be this week, but yeah, whatever. Let's just see how things work out. That's it then. Like, I'm just going to see when I have enough time. I'm going to do it. If not, then yeah, tomorrow I definitely don't have the time. Wednesday might be a bit close if we get homework. Thursday is actually a bit more laid back if we don't have homework. Friday is like Friday if we don't have homework again, or don't have a lot. Saturday I'm not sure, and Sunday usually do have time, but yeah, I have to see. I still have to look about. Still have to see when I do my driving, when I have driving lessons and other things, like when I have my class tests, my exams, because I'm not sure if they're even officially now being announced in class, if we are going to write them in a week's time, for example. Yeah, just by the way, that's it now, and yeah, bye. Yeah, right, nobody's watching, so